What would you do if you found yourself with $1 million? Buy a nice car, a nice house, maybe even travel the world.
$1 million? The fuck?
Well, today we are going to pay off our debt of $1 million, uncover all kinds of exotic gems and treasures from the deepest levels of the mines, and manipulate our customers into buying whatever we want. This is how I got every achievement in Gemporium. We start off our journey on the phone to our grandma, or in this case, our grandma, saying that we're excited to come visit her for the summer, only to be told that she has gone away on a vacation without us, but we're still welcome to come. She also requests that we take over the shop, the Gemporium, while she's gone, and that her pet rock Pietro will let us in and show us around. I love him already. Reluctantly, we accept and meet Grandma's pet rock Pietro, who hands us the key to Grandma's house where Day Zero begins. Gemporium is labeled as a cute mining sim where we delve into the mines playing this minigame to excavate gems, which are then polished and refined before being sold to customers at the end of the day. We look around our house before delving into the mines for the first of many, many times. Admittedly, the reason I was interested in this game because when I looked at the trailer, it reminded me of one of the highlights of my childhood, running around the underground in Pokemon Platinum. A true masterpiece of its time, if you ask me. By interacting with the yellow icons in the walls, we get into this minigame where my reaction really just says it all.
This game's literally Pokemon Underground. Oh my god, it actually is. Oh. Oh.
After digging around, we find our first gem, which we also crack. But this gives us our first achievement, so I guess we would have needed to crack one eventually. When mining, we want to dig out the gem by putting as little impact on the gem as possible, or else we'll crack it and it'll go down in value as a result. With a bag full of one gem, we go back to refine it so that it's ready to sell. Essentially, it's another minigame where we break off the leftover debris and polish the gem. However, we have to be a bit precise or else we could further damage the gem. After doing this, we get our first gem, an amethyst, that we get ready to sell. The way the shop works is customers will have a request for a certain gem along with a gem that they dislike. We can give them anything, but we get more money if we give them what they're requesting, so we try our best to give them what they want every time. We give this customer our amethyst before calling it a day. After closing up for the night, we take a look at the upgrade shop, where we can upgrade our tools, bag, and even unlock special abilities down the line. We upgrade our bag for a quick $20 before calling it a night. With the tutorial done, our first real day begins. We only have a limited amount of time each day, so to make the most out of our time, yep, you guessed it, we check the cabinet to look at the artifacts we don't have before actually going into the mines. In our first run of the day, we find this pillar that wasn't there in the tutorial, but we also quickly figure out what it does. Yeah, watching this back, I also realized we forgot to pick up the gem as well, which is kind of funny. After quickly filling up our bag, we head back up to polish what we have. With a little bit of time left, we try to make one more quick run to fill up our bag. It was a success, giving us 6 gems to sell on day 1. With the exception of one customer, everybody loved our amethysts, so we end the day with nearly $1,000 in our pocket. Pretty good if you ask me. After we close up shop for the day, we get a call from Grandma checking in on us, where we, understandably, crack the shits for being left with the shop. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm wanting to do something relaxing over my summer break, I can't say being forced to run a shop against my will would be on my list. Once we get over it, we find that Grandma is at a resort and getting ready for an activity-filled summer without us. With the money that we made, we purchase our first new upgrade, the drill. The drill is a new tool that will allow us to be a bit more precise when excavating gems to ensure we don't crack them. After another successful day in the mines, we find that we discover a much larger variety of gems, including quartz, rhodolite,
Rhodolite.
and aquamarine, which has a bit more value than the amethyst we worked with yesterday. With only a small amount of time to spare, we quickly serve the customers before we call it a day. With the amount of happy customers we've served, we successfully leveled up our reputation to level 1. Our reputation will be a crucial thing to keep an eye on because not only will it give us more upgrades we can buy, but more customers, which is also more money that we'll find that we desperately need. Granwell gives us another call to check in again how we're finding her house. We ask her where the bed is and we find that she's taken it with her on vacation. Didn't even know that was possible, to be honest. After having another meltdown, we check our newly unlocked upgrades. A TV program to see what the popular gem of the day will be, an option to skip customers without selling to them, and an upgrade to polish gems quicker. We get the TV program since it's the only one we can afford and call it a night. Day 3, we see our new TV yelling at us to buy amethyst, so we head back into the mines to get as much as we can for the day. At this point I was starting to get into the rhythm of things, taking the ladder back up to the top to empty my bag as soon as it fills up to maximize the amount of gems I can get in a day. We also find our first artifact, a pair of roller skates. Or roller skate, I guess. After polishing the gems we found today, we head to the shop. While we got quite unlucky with amethysts, some customers wanted our more valuable gems, which gave us a lot of money for the day, which would be great for the things we couldn't afford yesterday. With the phone ringing expecting our clingy Grenmol, we are surprised to hear it's Pietro, the pet rock, and our security guard at the shop who has excelled at combat training as a boy. I have many questions, but I'll just say, thanks Pietro. With our $3,000, we get a bigger bag so we can spend more time in the mines and call it a night. Day 4 is quite successful. We end up with more artifacts and quite a few uncommon gems that we don't yet refine because we once again cut it pretty close. Yeah, our time management isn't my strong suit. But we lock in and sell gems to almost everybody in such a short time, leveling up our reputation again to level 2. Look at all the upgrades we unlocked for hitting level 2. Ability to send in money? Sure, sounds good I guess. But send in money? Send it where? Wait, what's that shark mean? This next payment? Hold on, we'll get to that. As we complete days 5 and 6, we finally take a look at the magical table that appeared giving us our answer.
Debt repayment. The borrowing money is offering a generous repayment plan to ensure recoup within a timely manner. Daily or early birds will add an additional 5% towards the payment. So I'm guessing that's what the day is. Failure to meet payment deadlines will result in total outstanding debt compounding interest. So long as payments are met, there will be minimum payment required. $1 million? The fuck?
Yep, we have debt to repay, and that debt is $1 million. Now look, I don't know what Grandma did in her past life to accrue this debt, but if we're only paying off $1,500, we're probably going to be here a while. The upgrade we got basically allows us to send in money before the loan sharks, yes, that shark in the calendar, shows up demanding money. If we pay early, it counts for an extra 5% towards the debt, which is better than nothing, I guess. We pay off the $1,500, which takes off a total of $1,575 off our debt, bringing our total debt down to $998,425. We also take a look at the upgrades we can buy. More mine floors and upgrading our tools, but these are out of our reach for now, so we buy the haggle upgrade, which allows us to recommend customers a different favorite gem in case we don't have the one they want. After closing up shop on day 7, we finally meet the loan shark in charge of our $1 million debt. Being generous enough to start small, he takes $500 and leave. This is important to remember to make sure we have enough money in our account whenever he shows up at the end of the day. You don't want to know what happens if you don't pay. On our next call from Grandma, we ask about the debt, which she admits she's
Fuck
not
that
good with
guy.
money. What gave that away?
I think I just wait for this. Like, this was kind of pointless. But we go, the skip's good and all, but I think we can use the haggle to instead of skipping customers, and we're making pretty good space. So, yeah. That's too much. I can't be fucked with that. This, yeah. Go for the deeper lines.
We then look at our upgrades and make the plan to save for the upgrades to unlock the deeper floors of the mines, which we actually succeed in getting at the end of day 8. But before we delve into the deeper floors of the mines, I actually notice how we almost have a collection of artifacts complete. So I crack open the artifacts I've been hoarding to see if we finish the set, which we do. With this collection complete, it makes our common and uncommon gems now worth more money, which is going to be great given we've paid off a whopping 0.1575% of our debt. Yep, that's what my calculator says at least anyways. After making it to the new level of the mines, we find some new oddly shaped gems, which after polishing, we find to be emerald and onyx, which are worth way more than our other gems. We also make nearly $8,000 and level up our reputation to level 3. Now we're getting serious. These upgrades that we've unlocked are all really good in their own right. We can see what rarity of gems are available, have the bats arrive, whatever that is, unlock the computer for use, or a minecart to stop us from leaving the mine as often.
Really good. I think we wait for this. This is cool, but I'd love to just go through. I think most of the time, especially as we get lower, I think we wait for the gem bag. Let's get a bigger. No, let's get a bigger bag. Or the minecarts, rather.
Yeah, you heard my plan there. Pretty much just spend as much time in the mines as possible. And day 10, we do just that, finding a new rare gem Morganite and another emerald that gets cracked. But we sell it for a pretty solid amount of money to end the day, so it's not too bad. Pietro calls us with a rock joke, which is actually quite funny, before we pay off some more debt and unlock the minecart.
The unlawful geologist. Fuck's sake. Let's see some achievements now. Now that we're actually like at a spot, let's look at what we're working with. So we've done 5 out of 20 already, which is pretty good. Sell 100 gems, manipulate the market in your favor, which is going to be fail to haggle with a customer 3 times in a row. That's just going to be haggling a bunch, which is fine. Bring your shop's rep to 5 stars, sell every single type of gem, reach the bottom of the mines, pay off. That's going to be the big one, $1 million fucking dollars. Find 30 gems in a day. We can probably do this at some point. Buy every upgrade we'll work on. Complete your artifact collection. Obtain a gem buff every day for a week. I don't know what that is, but sell 1,000 gems and then 3 hidden. Which is 2 here, but I'm going to say we'll leave that as a surprise. So, just playing the game. I think it's going to be pretty simple. You just play the game. Some of the haggling one we might have to lock in a little bit for, but everything else we should be pretty good, which is fine.
I think old me summed it up quite nicely. The achievements are pretty simple, and it's likely that paying off the debt will be the final thing that we need to do. But we've got a lot of upgrades we'll need to get our hands on while we're playing through the game. Day 11, the magical TV tells us to buy Onyx, so we run straight to the lower level of the mines and get to work, looking for as many rare gems as possible to try to capitalize on the demand. We also realize the elevator exists to skip the walking in future to save more time. After cleaning up a lot of the rare gems and finding whatever that is, we sell all of the rare gems we found and haggle our way to the end of the day, making $17,000 for the day. Mr. Loan Shark rocks up to take $1,500, which feels like nothing compared to the day we had today, and look immediately to our upgrades again.
We get the better hammer.
We upgrade our hammer and buy ourselves a shiny new computer to see what all the hype is about.
Where's my computer at? Here we go. So we got Craigslist. Can I? No. We got Wheel of Formations and Trashed Treasure. Oh. Here you can increase your chances of finding a specific gem in the mines the next day. Add gems to the hat. As you add more, the variety of gems you can pick from. Oh, so the bar goes up. So if we give them our cracked shit, that's uncommon. Manifest. Oh, so we could pick one. I don't know what.
Yep, you can slowly hear me putting it all together. I might not know it yet, but the computer will be one of the key things to get us out of debt when paired with another upgrade we've yet to get. There's also gambling.
Oh, I can get. You know what? Fuck it. Onyx. Chance to win 0. Am I not winning anything? Onyx. Oh, it's literally gambling. Run it. Fuck! Yeah, that's where the market manipulation comes in, because we can in theory be like, yo, and then we just rig it to get only. So that's, I guess that's cool. That's the end game.
With my plan all put together, let me explain it as I go through the new day. One of the upgrades I haven't unlocked yet is the bats. The bats will allow us to manipulate the market to determine what gem the TV will tell everybody to buy. So in theory, we can figure out what we have a lot of or want to get a lot of, manipulate the market, then manifest it on the computer so that most of the gems we find will be that gem that we can then sell for more money on the day. Makes sense, right? Will it get us a lot of money? Yes. Is it morally correct to exploit our customers? Probably not. But when you're this deep in debt, anything counts, right? Along with the large amount of rhodolite we got, we also found our first epic gem, a ruby. This thing is worth a ton compared to everything else we have, being worth over $2,000 where rare gems are only usually $900. We pay off more debt and start working towards our plan of attack by unlocking market manipulation to have the bats come every Wednesday. Sadly, day 12 was a Thursday, so we have about a week to prepare for what we want to do. We spend the next few days business as usual to stock up on gems and upgrades, increasing our bag space and maxing out how quickly we can polish gems. Now, for this next part of the video, I have to give a little bit of context. I'm not actually sure what happened, but when I first played through day 15 to 19 in one session, none of the progress actually saved, because when I logged in on a later day, I was back to day 15. So I'll quickly go over what happened to the progress that we missed out on, because there was some important stuff. We leveled up to Reputation level 4, so we got to see the new upgrades we could get, which included a tool to automatically refine gems and a movement speed upgrade.
Oh, that's good.
With our artifacts, we also completed another collection where liked gems give triple the amount instead of double the amount, which would be really important because more money. We also got to enact our plan for the first time with the bats visiting. We selected Aquamarine to manipulate the market, then went on our computer and manifested that we would get a bunch of Aquamarine to try out our plan. Spoiler alert, the plan worked really, really well. Even with getting scammed by an angry customer.
We got a lot of those as well. Wait, he didn't want that? Ah, that's good to know.
We still made more than $40,000 in a single day, which is way more than we had in past days.
And out of here. That's what we wanted. $57,000.
So from this point on, I knew things didn't save and I didn't know how far back I was. But one thing was for certain, now that the practice run was a success, we do it for real. One thing I did different since the plan was so successful was
Need
I
this.
actually bought an upgrade for the bats to show up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday instead of just the Wednesday, so we had a chance to start making more money much quicker.
Let's go aquamarine again.
We went with trusty aquamarine again, manipulating the market and manifesting more aquamarine with our computer. We spend all of our money upgrading the hammer before rushing into the mines for as much of it as possible. Honestly, the day wasn't anywhere near as successful as we would have liked, since we honestly didn't have too many gems to sell.
We got all of. It's not that much money though. That's what I'm kind of sad about.
But we still hit reputation level 4 again, so it was something, I guess. We hear from our goat Pietro again, something about unionizing before paying off more debt, bringing our total remaining debt to $980,750, which brings our total debt paid to 1.925%. We're gonna be here a while. We get an upgrade that allows us to see what rarity of gems we can find before calling it a night on day 17. Day 18, we change our focus for the day and aim to just get as many gems as possible, aiming for a big day 19, which I'll let the day play out.
Oh, that's bad. Let's sell.
Yep, time management failed me again. On day 20, we finish another artifact collection again, something I clearly forgot about and would have been nice yesterday. But we go through and refine almost every single gem we failed to in the last few days to start building up a large collection. With the bats coming tomorrow and good momentum to be able to really make some money, we aim to stock up again as much as possible. While this day goes by, I just want to take some time to say you should leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet.
Phone's ringing. Hi, Pebble. Shout out Pietro. Pietro kind of freaky though. Do we have enough?
Yeah, look, I don't think I'll ever understand Pietro. But on the bright side, we pick up the movement speed upgrade, which is something I've been saving for a while. With us constantly focusing on aquamarine, we've stocked up on a large amount of morganite that we haven't really touched. I was planning to use the bats to manipulate the market to morganite, which as a rare gem, combined with the triple multiplier we now have, we can get $2,700 per gem, if we don't crack them at all, which will add up fast.
Tomorrow is gonna when they're coming, so tomorrow is when we'll organize. Yeah. So tomorrow is a. Oh, it's. We're gonna do it twice in a row anyway, though.
Yep, how's that for good timing? Knowing that morganite is going to be all the craze for the next few days, we finally start to use the elevator more and focus as much as possible on the rare gems, hoping they're morganite. Since we didn't use the computer today, we'll take what we can get, but we want to prepare for the big day tomorrow. It all comes down to this. Knowing exactly what we'll find in the mines thanks to a new upgrade we got, We lean forward in our chair and hit the mines, knowing that we'll have a large amount of gems to polish and only a short amount of time to sell, where we really want to sell as many gems as possible. Absolute cinema, if you ask me. What isn't
Absolute
cinema is
pure
Pietro
honesty.
admitting to sleeping on the job.
And minus Pietro. What's he telling me? Some of these nights after the night dark occupies the shop. The sounds of the community dollar signs. I am committed. Huh? Like you fall asleep sometimes watching.
But I guess we don't pay him, so makes sense. With our successful day, we come to exactly $50,000 paid off our debts, which with the money we're seeing each day, the possibility of the debt being paid off in full is now becoming a reality. Looking again at our achievements, looks like we got another one to fail to haggle with a customer 3 times, but other than that, we're left with 12 achievements that all look to be around progression and making money, with a few others we'll need to tackle soon. So, with this, we get to work, mining away, stocking up on more gems, with a lot of leftover gems that we can use thanks to our regular visits from the bats, as well as using the computer. We do get to stock up on another solid sum of money. While we've gotten some other upgrades here and there, with this money we use it to unlock the bottom floors of the mines, which in hindsight looking back, if I was to do this again, I would have focused on getting this much earlier with what we're about to see in the coming few days. I say that because instead of checking out the deeper mines that we just unlocked, we kinda just keep doing the same thing. At the end of day 27, we prepare for a solid day 28 by picking emeralds and manifesting them. We actually get one of the secret achievements for mining 4 emeralds in a day to obtain generational wealth.
By cooking. In a single day to obtain general. That's cool. That's a hidden one, I think.
Again, still not knowing the generational wealth we could get if
That's
we
cool.
just go to the bottom of the mines. Just go down further in the mines. We finish another collection that lets our rare and epic gems sell for more money.
Sell for more? Cool.
Yes, do that, please. No, don't get those gems. Keep going. Ah, fuck. Yes, finally.
Here we go.
As you can see, there's some
This way.
absolute heat at the bottom levels, finding epic and even legendary gems, but it really does take a long time to break through, especially with a drill. Just look how much effort it took.
That's probably the bismuth that we've just cracked.
Also, look at that ruby price. 4,000 for a single ruby? That's insane. That's not even including the multiplier if that's the gem they want, which means we can get nearly $10,000 for a single ruby. After another crash out on the phone to Grandma, we take a look at our upgrades and evaluate our options. Accepting the hammer's probably going to be the best upgrade so we can be more effective in the lower levels of the mines to truly get the most out of it.
Up to 5 stars, cool. And the sapphire to finish it off.
Yep, now we're making the real money. $12,000 for a single ruby? We're in the end game now, boys. We also max out our reputation at 5 stars, which gives us another achievement. Ultimately,
That
we can
bird
also
there?
manifest and manipulate for legendary gems now. We buy our hammer, manifest and manipulate for rubies with the plan of having a huge day tomorrow. Remember, we get $12,000 for selling a single ruby. If we can get even more and sell even more, we will be able to make millions right away.
Let's just sell. We probably can, but I just wanna. We have a lot of money though.
Now that was a good day. Nearly $100,000 made in a single day. We pay off some more debt, finally past 10% of our debt paid. With the large leftover sum we have, we get a lot more upgrades, including more time in a day and a larger tumbler that we consistently still forget to use. I feel like I've said this a million times in this video, but with the amount of money we just made in a single day, and the money that pours in from the epic and legendary gems we're now farming like they're nothing, it really is now just a matter of stocking up on these gems and waiting for the bats to maximize the amount we can sell. However, we get a little bit ahead of ourselves on this day.
No, I didn't sell. Oh no. Oh no.
Yep, we forgot to pay our debt. Fortunately, Loan Shark doesn't come to break our kneecaps, they just add on a little bit of extra interest, which we should be able to pay back really quickly. But thanks to the regular visits from the bats and manifesting, we end off day 33 with an absolute monster of a day. The interest means nothing and our empire is booming.
That's a lot of money.
Upgrades are flowing and the money is pouring in. With our large stockpile of ruby, we decide the next bat visit will once again be rubies. Day 35, we hit the bottom of the mines while stocking up on rubies for the big day, which does pop another achievement. We spend probably too much time refining gems, but we still have another huge day even without going through every customer. However, the required payments are also increasing. Owing $90,000 in a week would have been a nightmare at the start of our journey. But that's half a day of work at this point now. We take a look at our stock to see what we have. One achievement we haven't yet gotten is to refine 30 gems in a single day, so on an off date with no bats, we go mining in hopes to tackle this on the next day. Grandmole keeps calling us, but we no longer have time for her stories. We have gems to refine, and refine we do. We spend the whole day refining artifacts and gems. There is a lot, but if we want to clear our debt, we will need to sell all of them. We are successful in getting the I am speed achievement, but we're still not done. With the bats here, we pick Alexandrite. Honestly, it wouldn't matter. We've got so many of each gem at this point. We pick up a few more gems, but ensure we're ready for when the shop opens to sell as much as possible. Just watch how much money we make on day 38.
That's done. Look at the money.
Day 39 ends, and with the opals we sold, we have officially sold every gem in the game, which also ticks off another achievement.
We sold everything.
That's coming again, we decide to go high roller and bet on legendary gems, manifesting diamonds and filling the manifest bar completely until we get diamonds tomorrow with relative success. One of the upgrades we had acquired allowed the bats to come every weekday. Whatever we had a lot of, we could manifest, and with the leftover gems ensure that we could get as much as we want. On day 41, we uncover our final artifact, completing our collection and giving us another achievement. Completion of this collection ensured legendary gems were worth even more. Great, since we were mining a lot of legendary gems now anyways. $400,000 day. Grandma calls, trying to set us up, but with the amount of money we made today, we don't need any gold diggers coming after our newfound fortune. Thanks, Grandma. With our stack of cash, we finish our upgrades, meaning that everything left can go to our debt. I haven't shown it too much, but we're just over a quarter of the way to being debt-free. But with how much we're making, this could be wiped in a few days. With the end in sight, we head back into the mines to clear the debt on Grandma's name once and for all. Ironically enough, it only took 2 in-game days to get the money we needed. After saying goodbye to the loan shark for good, we get a call from the grandma saying she is finally retiring and handing us the Gemporium to look after, which we gladly accept after the generational wealth we've accumulated. However, with the debt paid off, we're not actually done with the achievements yet. We still have 4 remaining. Despite making millions of dollars, we're only just past halfway to our goal of selling 1,000 gems. We need to obtain a gem buff every day for a week, meaning we have at least 7 days left of gameplay. There's also 2 secret achievements: to sell Peridot to 5 customers that love it in a row, and to clear out all of the rock in an excavation minigame, which is pretty easy given our maxed out hammer. With hundreds more gems to sell, we get to work. The first debt-free day, we mine out an entire wall and stock up on Peridot.
Cool.
Instead of diamonds and opal, we tell the bats that Peridot is the new gem for the day. We find that it's actually possible to haggle the same gem multiple times, so we tell people that Peridot is the flavor of the day and we don't take no for an answer, getting the second and final secret achievement.
Oh, we can just keep haggling. Cool. That makes it easy.
So now we're left with two achievements: earn a gem buff for the next 7 days and sell about 400 more gems. There's no real guide or strategy for this, it's just gameplay. For the next 2 hours or so, we sell gems to anyone and everyone, ensuring we stop by the computer when we can to get our gem buff. I can't lie when I say I'm not usually a fan of these filler achievements. There's not really much more that we have to explore. We have a few interactions with Grandma from time to time, and we don't have any more use for money. So what do you do when you have too much money and nothing to do? The same thing everyone else does. Gamble.
Are we just gambling?
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
But on day 61, we sell our 1000th gem, completing all achievements in Gemporium. Boom. Yeah. I don't think that was 20, but let's go. And just like that, we've reached the end of the video. If you've made it to the end, genuinely, thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I spent a ton of time editing and trying out a bunch of different things, since it's really the first time I've made a long form video like this. So if you have any feedback or suggestions, leave a comment to help make future videos better and subscribe to not miss out. Overall, while the final achievements did get a little bit tedious, I did enjoy my time playing this game and absolutely would recommend giving it a try. Thank you and goodbye.